Hi, Zesties. It's Lemon. I am off jet setting, but today in the studio, we have the beautiful, the fabulous, and the very, very, very petite Perla. How are you doing, gorgeous?
I'm great. I wore tall shoes so I could reach the ground.
You're made to sit at a bar, but like swing your feet like a baby.
Right? We're really holding space for my height today.
And holding space for your blush evolution. How did the blush evolution really begin, and where are we now?
You just look really, really, really washed out, just more color.
The blush evolution began with beaded trauma to my face, and then ended with a blush complex where now I can't stop putting it on.
But I actually don't think that's a bad thing.
Liquid blush, then we put the powder blush, and then we set it with a pink powder, and then we put more powder on. Like, I'm literally gonna end up being my alien look every day after this.
Diva, you have been all over this competition. How would you sum up your overall journey throughout the entire competition?
Chaos, but like really pretty chaos. I don't even like roller coasters and they put me on one.
Okay, well, I think it's time for us to dive right on into episode 8. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We kind of get to talk about the Theana drama from last week. And I loved what you said to Michaela about having no need to apologize for having emotions. What did that feel like in the room?
I apologize to you guys because you guys don't apologize. But regardless, y'all do not deserve to have to had witnessed that.
That's great, but we don't apologize for your emotions.
We have to be open and communicate our emotions, and some people have reactions that are different than what you would have. And to hold that as a fault against them is wrong. People might think that she overreacted, people might think that she got too angry, but how would you handle that situation? Why are you now faulting someone for having their own emotions and telling them that it was wrong to have those when we've been told that our whole lives? Let's stop that right now.
You're able to give that advice and maybe not take it as much.
Oh, 100%. If you were to be like, you could cry right now, I'd be like, absolutely not. I'm gonna go stare at a wall.
But then someone else is crying and you're like, this is good, honey.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm crying with you internally.
Well, this week's mini challenge had me absolutely crying. You guys were fierce reporters. You were on the scene. How was it trying to keep it sharp and snappy, Diva?
You know, I realized that I will never be an on-site reporter because that is a lot of stress. And I am too short to handle that much stress.
Oh my goodness, we are winning number 625. Come on, 625.
For this week's Maxi challenge, you all stepped into a late night talk show.
You all look so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. All right, now I'm going to critique your looks. Just kidding.
Okay, this dug deep into the archives of Perla. Before I did drag, I was a fashion blogger.
Oh!
And so I had done interviews, I had been on talk shows and talked about fashion and stuff like that.
You crushed it. And you also talked a little bit about hosting and finding your footing as a host in Toronto shows. What was that like, getting to talk about that and then move forward into a challenge where you're basically, chatting and hosting the whole time?
You actually have to figure out things to say on the mic and how to be engaging.
Yeah, Toronto is boot camp of drag. You do drag in Toronto for 6 months and you're like, wow, I have done 5 years worth of drag in the last 3 nights. It's insane.
We know each other from a long time and you called my name on stage.
And a little bit of Shada Hudson. How did it feel to step into her size 14 shoes?
I was actually in the fetal position in her shoe, just tucked right in there. It was great. Thumbelina for the win on that one.
And then your man and your dog Bubs sent you a video message, and let me just say, that entire section of everyone getting a little video, I was sobbing.
We love you. We miss you so, so much. We know how far you've made in this competition, and you're so close to the end. Keep fighting, keep pushing, bring us home that crown.
My eyes were so filled with tears, and I just kept letting out weird noises of and I realized that I do have emotions. They came out strong.
And you had another really, really beautiful and very, very vulnerable moment talking about your dad and some of the childhood abuse that you suffered through.
I was never raised in an environment where my emotions were safe. I was always told to stop crying. And if you cried harder, you got hit harder.
Yeah, something that I'm very, very comfortable with, period, is sharing my story and sharing any struggle that I have faced. I think it's so important to be vocal about those things and to be vulnerable about those things. And to see me on television, it could be a light for them to be like, I might be going through this now, but I can persevere through this, and look at where this person is. I can do the same thing.
Thank you for sharing, Perla. That's takes a lot of bravery, you know, to bring up something like that and to be so open.
Category is statuesque. You came out in this Schiaparelli Dior beautiful little bust moment. Walk us through how you got there for your look.
I wanted to do something Brothers Grimm inspired, where I pulled in the Rapunzel inspiration, but I wanted to take statue in more of this editorial route and do like a Schiaparelli moment mixed with fairy tale, but tie it into a bust, thinking that it would be a unique perspective, but it was a very misunderstood perspective.
Brooke said that she didn't think that your look was very statuesque.
This look is very cool, but I did not understand it.
I think the issue was that I'm so short that she was like, how am I supposed to view this as statuesque when I can barely see you on the runway? She was like, I got my magnifying glass out. Oh, I guess it's a statue.
Now you had to go head to head with Michaela for this lip sync. Were you confident that you could deliver, or were you nervous when you saw who you were up against?
I remember like standing there and seeing Michaela like straight down from me, and I was just really thankful that I had this whole moment and that I got to have this moment with Michaela. It really felt extremely safe in that space with everyone there.
Well, I hope not too safe, because it's time for you to read some divas, okay? Are you ready to play a game?
Let's f shit up.
I'm gonna show you some looks from this runway of Canada's Drag Race, and you're gonna tell me if you're gonna give it the Beaver or if you're gonna leave her. First up, Helena Poison.
This is my like holy grail of runways this season. This is like a beaver and then like the golden beaver and then like put the wooden beaver on top of it and then like kick them all down because you're pissed off that you didn't do it.
Yeah, this was a beaver damn for me.
A beaver damn.
This absolutely shook me to my absolute core. This was perfection.
Wait, can you go beaver damn one more time for me?
Beaver damn. Next up, the Virgo Queen.
You know, she looks gorgeous. There is an exposed zipper down the entire side. The length was not floor.
That zipper, the big white zipper. I did.
I'm like, I can't believe that zipper left the look.
But you know what is the best thing about it? When she wears it, she can zip it up herself.
I didn't think about that. You know what? We're gonna beaver the fact that she can zip it up herself, but we're just still gonna leave the look.
Next up, Michaela Couture.
I'm gonna beaver all over this one. And you know what? She was smart. She said, this outfit is easy to lip sync in as well.
Next up is Minnie Wang.
I think I owe her a beaver for this one because in Untucked, she did hug me and my shoulder dented the boob. So I feel like if I don't beaver it, she's gonna be like, remember when you ruined the boob on my prawn dress?
And final beaver or leaver, Miss Perla.
You know what, T.S. Madison said it best. It's a bust. We're gonna beaver it and then we're gonna like put it in the Hall of Fame. It's going all over the place.
Okay, are you ready for one more game?
I'm ready.
We are going to play Kiki, Kai Kai, or Kiss Goodbye. I need you to pick 3 cast members from Canada's Drag Race Season 5. One that you would Kiki with, one that you would Kai Kai with, and one that you would kiss goodbye.
Okay, I'm gonna double Kiki because I want to Kiki with Tiffany and Xana because I Kiki with them literally every day. I was literally on FaceTime with them this morning while getting ready. Kai Kai, absolutely not with any of them, but there was that one guy on sound. I know he's not a cast member, but he was really cute. Hello, are you into couples? And then Kiss Goodbye, I am going to kiss goodbye Brooke for not understanding my statue runway.
To her, it was a bust, but to us, it was a bust.
She's a bust.
You're a bust. Look at those. That's a bust.
These are boobs.
Well, as the resident rapstress of Canada's Drag Race Season 1, and moving forward, I guess, It's time for me to wrap up this interview. Are you ready?
I'm ready, let's do it.
Pretty little Perla with the good hair. Bring it to the runway, make them all stare like, oh my God, what will she wear? Only 5'2", but she's walking on air. Perla.
Thank you so much, thank you.
Well, what can I say?
Maybe one day I'll be 5'4", we'll see what happens.
She's not done growing yet.